Hey y'all, this is Kreete. You're watching my YouTube series called On Beat. This is where I will be giving you tips and tricks and advice, answering your dance related questions, share my experience and thoughts on different topics related to dance. Let's kick it off with episode number 1, where I will be answering what makes a good student. I've been dancing for 23 years, still counting. Damn! And I'm embracing the fact that I will forever be a student. In any room that I step into, I always take the mindset of what can I learn from this situation or from these people. I relate to being a student always. And the tips and tricks that I'm gonna give you today are the tips and tricks that I use myself whenever I go to a classroom or whenever I teach even, or whenever I do a job. So I have 4 topics for you. The first thing that makes a good student, in my opinion, is to engage actively in a class. Whenever you step into a classroom, you should practice active listening during performances, demonstrations, and also whenever the teacher is speaking. This means that really try to put your mind into the current moment and try to forget everything outside of the classroom. Forget your phone, forget your everyday life. I know sometimes it's hard to do, but you're in the class for a reason, and this 1 or 2 hours that you have the class is for you. So to get the most out of it, you need to be in the present moment. Secondly, be open to feedback, either positive or constructive. This is what essentially helps you grow. Learn from both your failures and successes. Even a successful moment is actually a learning moment. Thirdly, apply corrections whenever given feedback to perfect your technique. Even if you think that you understood what the feedback or the notes were, if you don't put the thought behind it, it's never gonna work. Fourth, I think this is very important to being a good student. Ask questions. The teacher is there for you. If they're not, then you should reconsider if they're the teacher for you. The minute you start learning how to ask questions and what questions to ask, the minute your growth will elevate. Whenever I'm in the classroom as a teacher or a choreographer, I always say to my students, I want to be used. So it sounds bad, but I am here for you. I am not here to perform. I am here to serve you. Even if the teacher doesn't have an answer right away, they're gonna tell you, or if that topic is too long to elaborate right now, then they're gonna probably say, let's talk about it later. This will deepen your understanding and this will support you. Speaking to your teacher makes you more connected to them and you will understand more. The second topic, embrace the journey. There are some teachers who are not very open to having fun per se in class. I'm the kind of teacher who always emphasizes, no matter the level, enjoy the process and have fun with it. Some struggling parts can be fun too if you take it as a challenge. If I take this challenge and I manage to do it, this will feel so good, and that's what makes it fun. It's like a game. Before the class, try to set your mind to how can I take the most out of it, even if it's not fun per se. Secondly, be patient with yourself. Growth takes time. A lot of time, sometimes a lot of money, a lot of effort, a lot of emotions. The minute you lose patience, you're gonna feel like you're working. Approach challenges with a good work ethic. If you feel like you're doing good, you're okay, you're in a safe space, you're in comfort zone a little bit, try to push your boundaries to achieve more. The third topic that I chose for this question is committing to consistency. First things first, to get good at anything, you need to maintain a consistency, you need to attend classes on a regular basis, and what helps with consistency is to come prepared to every class. Either the teacher gave you some tips and tricks last time that you didn't have time to try out, or They gave you steps that you could practice at home. You don't need to go to practice 3 hours a week before the class to be prepared. Especially if you're a beginner dancer, it's good to set your mind to the upcoming class. Try to go over the steps that you learned. Try to listen to the music, like to get your body into this vibe. Anything that helps your mind or body prepare for class. If you want good results, or you have a goal to crush within your dance journey, then this will be a key. This will be a life changer. Dedicate the time outside of class to practice and research. Your muscles get used to training and being active. And secondly, your brain and your mindset will be on the same wavelength of the topic or of the class or the dance style. Whatever the research may be, it may be you looking up for movies within this dance or dance style, or whatever dance style. It may be you looking up dancers. It may be you listening to music. It may be you putting together playlists of new music. Have a mindset of growth. I know that sometimes it may feel like this class was not useful at all. I didn't learn anything, like I didn't get the steps that the teacher was giving or whatever. Focus on growth in long term, because growth in long term is what's gonna stay. Sometimes the small wins are on the surface level. And the last but not least, the fourth topic is show respect and foster community. I know it sounds like very, very obvious, but respect your fellow dancers and your teacher. Be punctual, don't be late. Wear appropriate training attire. Practice spatial awareness in the studio. If you put your hands out and you twirl around before you start dancing, and if you hit anyone, just try to make space for you or try to communicate that to other people. This is another topic. I know that sometimes these classes can get full, so you don't even have space to like lift your hand. Also, following class etiquette, being polite and positive. Class etiquette is another topic that I want to make a video on. A lot of the dance scene today doesn't really focus on the class etiquette. But being polite, being positive, this is what helps the teacher to create a positive learning environment. Try to put yourself in the teacher's position. If there was one of you and 20 or 30 of other people, there is maybe even one person who is very negative. This can ruin the whole class environment. And if everyone in the class contributes to being open and positive and friendly, the experience for all of the students will be way better. I would say trust the teacher and the process. If you go to a specific teacher's class, I assume that you have done your research on the teacher. So if you know what this teacher has done, how this teacher teaches, or what they teach, then you should have the trust for them to lead the class as they're supposed to. And lastly, under this topic, I would say collaborate and communicate with your peers. Dance class is also about community. So having your friends there, who you know, who you love to dance with. If you just go to the dance class every week and you just leave like this, you're making your experience way smaller than it could be. So this is my take on the topic of being a good student. And to recap everything: 1, engage actively in class. 2, embrace the journey. 3, commit to consistency. And 4, show respect and foster community. I hope you got something out of this video. You may agree, you may not agree. Let me know in the comments if you found something useful, if there was something that you would like to add. See you soon on my next On Beat episode.